Hello and welcome to the Two Ace Podcast, the podcast designed to help you manifest your Two Ace mindset. My name is Josh Brooks and my one focus is success through the art of discipline and flow. I hope you enjoy the episode. Now let's get right into it. Just before I get into the episode, guys, make sure to follow, rate, and share the podcast about. Let's make this the best mindset podcast out there.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is you are joining me. I hope you're having a good one. And today I'm going to be talking about the down days. Now, the down days, what do I mean by this? I mean the days where you're feeling ill. You've got an illness that is a bit more than just a cold, it's a bit more than just a cough. It's something that, that's not, it's stopping you from being you. It's stopping you from being 100%. It's stopping you from doing the things you need to do. And, that could be an illness, or that could just be a lack of motivation. Those days where you're just not feeling it. Now, these down days are inevitable. Everyone has them, and they come in all different varieties, all different shapes and forms. Now, for me, I guess I get lack of motivation, but the main time that I'm not able to fulfill the work I need to do is when I'm ill. And I have the mindset of that I don't get ill, and by having that mindset I don't really get ill that often. But when I do get ill, it is like a sign that I need to make sure to prioritize recovery. So for example, the other day I woke up with a splitting headache. I genuinely felt like I'd been hit over the head with a sledgehammer. Like it was horrible. I'm sure if you've had a headache before, you know what I'm on about. But I woke up. I'd had 8 hours sleep, and I had eaten and drank well the night before, and I woke up with this headache. And I was like, oh my days. It was at 5 a.m. So I was asleep for 9 p.m. the night before. I woke up at 5, and I was like, right, bit more sleep, please. So I went back to sleep, woke up. In that time, I wasn't able to fulfill, I wasn't able to do the rest of my morning routine, the main part of it. And, I did the little bits here and there, but I didn't have time, and that made me feel a little bit down. Anyway, I went to my lecture, didn't feel the greatest in the lecture. After that, I didn't go to my second lecture because my headache got worse, and I went back to bed, went back to sleep for a little bit, woke up, and I forced myself to do some work. And the work that I forced myself to do, I wasn't really concentrating. I wasn't able to do it to the best of my abilities. So again, I just went back to bed. And I know when I'm not feeling the greatest, because it's when I don't eat or when I'm not hungry. And like I said, I took all this as a sign to make sure I prioritize recovery and just make sure I recover, and so I'm able to fully get back into the swing of things. Anyway, the next day, after I had a lot more sleep, I felt a lot better. Not 100%, but not as down as I did. So I went to work, did some studying, and then I went home and I had a nice hot bath. And wow, that did something. That hit the spot. And the next day, I went for a swim and a sauna and a steam room, and that hit that spot even more. That sauna was one of the best saunas I've ever had. Like, just I could feel all the badness come out of me, and like I felt way better coming out of it, and rightly so, because I prioritized recovery. And then afterwards I was able to do hours of studying, and then the next day I was able to do hours of studying. And it's just an example of that. Down days are inevitable, no matter how disciplined you are, no matter how consistent you are in being healthy, being productive, doing all these things. Is that illness and days where you're just down, like they're not the best. Like days that you need. It's just a sign to prioritize recovery, make sure you get back into the swing of things. And if you remain consistent with a mentality of positivity and productivity, even when you're ill, even when you've not got any motivation, it's still gonna be long-term gains, isn't it? Like, just know that it doesn't last forever. And yeah, I feel like that is a pretty good example of what I've experienced recently with that headache. And yeah, I just knew that, okay, this isn't gonna last forever. Today is the down day. I need to experience this down in order to have the up. And so be it. Just get on with it, crack on with it, deal with it, and go. Keep moving forward. And I did, and I got through the down day, and it did not turn into a down week or a down month, which is what it could happen, because you could loathe in it. You could be like, oh, I'm ill, and then it turns into being ill for weeks. No, right, you wake up, you're ill. What do you need to do to not be ill? Do that. Go. Boom. Should only last a couple of days. Now, I'm not saying, if you've got like a long-term illness, a really severe thing, that you should just be ready to just like get up and go. Like, you need to make sure that that's all sorted, listen to the doctors, do all that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to just think that you're better and you'll be better, do what's best for you. Deal with your down day however you see fit, but just know that it doesn't last forever. Those days of lack of motivation, those days of illness, it's temporary. It's a temporary setback. Temporary setback. Like I said, you got to have the downs to have the ups. And that's really all I want to say about the down days, to be honest. Just chin up, keep moving forward through the negativity, remain positive, and you'll smash it. And I'm going to leave you with this. Now, I heard this quote a while ago. So just think like this next time you have a down day, or next time something not the greatest might happen or happens to you. So here it is. When you are in times of darkness, you may think you have been buried, whereas in fact, you have been planted. See how that can apply to your life moving forward. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. Remain consistent, achieve dreams. I've been your host, Josh. 2 Ace, 1 Focus.